will say we'll continue the story in the following way. You may begin with your lights and your music. All of you relax. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And allow yourselves during this experience, during this story, to keep your eyes focused on the eye at the center of the screen. And just relax all your expectations. Just know that the patterns that you will experience while you are listening to the story will wash over you and through you and realign you, rewire you, and all the neurology, cellular and atomic structure of your being to become more and more open, more and more receptive to the vibrations and information that you require to be more and more of who you are. Take another deep breath in and let it out, and let go of all the cares and thoughts and worries. Just be in this moment, right here, right now, who you wish to be, who you prefer to be, who you know you are. In your heart, mind, body, and soul, just be. Take another deep breath in and hold it, and hold it, and hold it, and blow it out. And as you exhale, you are allowing that vibration to permeate the very air, the very atmosphere of your being, your environment, so that you swim in a sea of that frequency. And just let it sink into you as you sink into it, floating down, down, deeper and deeper into the deep blue sea of your consciousness. Floating peacefully, perfect harmony, perfect peace, comfortable, easy, relaxed. And as you allow yourself to continue to let the patterns flow in through your eyes, then through your ears, hear this story. Once upon a time, long, long ago, as you count time, there was a race of souls, a family of souls, who decided to create a magnificent adventure. They would create a new experience in physical reality. Through great polarity and transition, they would create a new race of beings to experience reality in a heightened way, in an experience of joy and ecstasy that they themselves would create as vehicles for their souls to experience reality through. But in order to create this new race of beings that souls would experience ecstatic reality through, the family would first need to divide. One part of the family, one half of the souls, would go to one parallel reality on one planet. The other half would go to another parallel reality version of the same world. And in both, in whatever languages they created over time by incarnating into these two parallel realities over eons of time that they had created to exist, they would remain connected through energy, through linkages, through incarnations, going back and forth, to design each parallel reality to be an expression of polarity, to experience polarity in both, transitions and challenges in both, but with one overall difference in their agenda, in their theme of exploration on a larger scale. In one parallel plane of the planet they called Earth, they would experience the idea of polarity and limitation to such a degree that they would allow for the destruction of their society and their culture. And in time, they would find that their technological advances would force them to choose to mutate in such a manner as so that they could not reproduce, that they could not feel, and they could not continue such a culture. They had to create the idea of a dead-end culture, create the idea of desperation, and create the idea of looking for any doorway they could find through which to continue their being, their race, their world. And so, by their connection to the other group of beings who incarnated in a parallel reality Earth, who, although they experienced the challenges of polarity, would have chosen to not destroy their world, they thus had one avenue by which they could survive. And so they crossed that bridge into the parallel reality Earth, in which there was still viable human DNA that they could use together with the agenda they had both agreed upon from time immemorial to create the new race called hybrid, that would one day form the vehicle in physical reality that both sides of the soul family would incarnate into, and from that day forward would experience the idea of transformation of polarity, transformation of darkness into light, transformation of all challenges into ecstatic explosions of experience in the idea of physical reality creation, so that in time, the one world called Earth that survived would find that incarnations of humans would eventually be less and less and less, as the souls chose to incarnate over the period of 1,000 years into those ideas, those vehicles, those bodies called hybrid, who represented the idea of the emotional balance, the mental balance, the spiritual balance. And in breathing life through those new forms would birth a new awareness, a new understanding, and would release all ideas, all connections, all experiences that no longer serve them, and would breathe in, deeply breathe in, a new life, a new awareness, a new reality, a new parallel world. Still Earth, but not Earth. A new story, a new beginning, a new once upon a time. For in 1,000 years of your time, human incarnation, in that sense, the human journey on Earth, will no longer be required as a story. You will have lived that story as the family of souls that you started out to be. Will have rejoined the other side of the family of souls that created the negative polarity that joins you now, so that in that polarity junction, in that polarity joining, you can accelerate and bring all your energy back together and move forward in an accelerated way to a new experience of a new reality and a new story as new beings. For the seeds of hybridization already exist within all of you. and will change more and more and more and more over time until such time as in 1,000 of your years Earth will be the sixth hybrid race. And at that time, all 6 hybrid races will join together, and together will create a 7th hybrid race out of all the hybrid races that will take the next step in the next story to what has been euphemistically in your mythology called seventh heaven. A new vibration, a new expression of all that is, where all 6 hybrid races will come together and create one new hybrid race that all the souls that have partaken in this story, in this journey, will then avail themselves of as a new vehicle to explore and experience a new level on the very cutting edge of what you call physical reality. Highly refined, highly crystallized and clear, highly purified and accelerated. And a new life form in a balance of carbon and silicon will exist as the 7th hybrid race. This is only one of the journeys that your spirits have chosen to be a part of. The beginning, the very beginnings, the very seeds, the very crystalline seeds of a new story that spans thousands of years and has 1,000 years to go to the beginning of yet another. But we, as extensions of your family, extend to you our deepest gratitude, our deepest appreciation for the sharing of this journey together and the blending together once again into one soul family that in time will express itself in a whole new understanding of physical reality, one of sheer and pure ecstatic joy and manifestation on a level incomprehensible to your beings now, incomprehensible to your mentality now, but which you shall live fully in the fullness of your time, in a time of timelessness to come. Breathe in now the roots of this story, the roots of your story, individually and collectively, knowing that you are a part of the greater story and a greater story of stories yet to come. For all stories begin and all stories end, but all stories also go on, forever and ever, becoming new stories, larger stories, deeper stories, stories of understanding of the total being of the self, a story of all that is, that shall exist for all time. The story of all stories, of which you play a part. Your stories, each of them, are seeds of the greater story, reflections of the greater story, mirrors of the greater story, the infinite story of your being and your experience of all that you are. Breathe in your birthright. Breathe in your story. Breathe in your being and breathe it out again. For with each breath you tell a new story of a new being from a new perspective, over and over and over again, always new, always for the very first time. A story of unconditional, unlimited, and infinite love, experiencing itself in all the ways it can. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And feel the unconditional support of your story, your beautiful, unique story, without which infinity could not be infinite. For you are a vital part of the story, or you would not exist. Rejoice that you are a story and part of a greater one, the story of the greater you, of all that is. Awaken into the dream and tell your story. Share your story. Be your story. Live your story. Breathe now, easy and deep, knowing that you are breathing the very lifeblood of your story with every heartbeat, every breath. Immersed in the beautiful story and the sea of stories of all you have agreed to share your story with, a part of the larger story. And we thank you for allowing us to share our story with you as you share your story with us. Breathe it in and breathe it out. It is your nature. It is your very essence. It is your very being. Story of light, a story of love, a story without end. Allow your music to soften. Allow your lights to soften, knowing that the music and the lights are always within you as part of your story, wherever you go, whenever you are, here and now, always and forever. So be it. Breathe it in and make it your own, and let it go. Breathe it in and let it go. Breathe it in and hold it. It is yours, it is unique, it is you. And blow it out to share with all, forever and always. So be it. And now, you may allow yourselves to awaken into your new dream as new people at whatever pace is comfortable and peaceful for you. And in your own way, you may now share whatever else in your story you have decided to share with us this day that you call the Day of the Father. In our ancient language, the word for father is Tadeo.
Hello, Tadeo.
Hello, Nania, the word for daughter.
I wanted to take this opportunity today, Father's Day, to acknowledge you, not only for myself, but also for all the people that are connected with Bashar and that enjoy his energy. And as part of this, I'd like to share some of the things that I love about you and invite others to join in experiencing these ideas as they are applicable for you. One of the things that I love about you is your guidance and your wisdom. The way you always give us such a balanced perspective on everything. In such a crazy world that we have here on Earth, to feel that balanced perspective is such an incredible gift and something that we can all partake in and become. I also love the way you always support our dreams to become the best people that we can become, to become our fullest selves, and the way that you inspire us to really live our passion fully, without limitation, to fully express ourselves in the ways that are the most joyful, the way that we were when we were first children, to fully experience life and ecstasy because it's our birthright. That message is just such an incredible, freeing experience, and we're so grateful to have that. I also love the way you express yourself with such clarity and conviction, the way that you show us how the universe works and how we can become master manifestors simply by changing ourselves and changing our frequency. That message, too, has been so liberating and so wonderful to experience. I also love the way you encourage us to really believe in ourselves, to let go of any negative definitions of self that might be holding us back from living our best lives. That encouragement, it penetrates deepest to our souls and really allows us to feel the opportunity to become more and more and more every day. I love your honesty and your directness, the way you always get to the heart of things. When things seem confusing, you're able to just get right to what's happening and help everything become crystal clear. I love your creativity and the way that you are just so much fun. You make life so much fun and show us that we can do that for ourselves. We can have such joyful, happy lives if we allow ourselves to. And you're just so incredibly funny that you make me laugh and laugh and laugh. Sometimes even when I'm by myself, I'll just think of something you say and I laugh straight from my heart. I love your kindness and your compassion, the way that I know that I can come to you and talk to you about anything, and that you will always be there with an open heart. You are always the steadfast, the one that can be counted on to deliver the same energy, the same love all the time. That love is never changing. It's always there, it's always deep, it's always incredible. And probably most of all, the gift that I love that you've given to all of us is that you've shown us over and over again that no matter how dark things may look at any particular moment, how confusing or painful or whatever thing is happening that seems insurmountable, you've shown me over and over again how to transform that into positive light, how to see the silver lining, and how to make that my reality instead of the one that's filled with darkness. You are always that lantern in the night, that light shining so bright. You are so deeply loved and appreciated. And I thank you so much for being the absolutely best father in the whole universe. Thank you, Tadeo. Happy Father's Day.
That was beautiful. There is no greater gift you can give to us than the gift of giving yourselves. Ha'atu nania, ha'atu, ha'atu enani, ha'atu. Shivar.
And as an extra gift, we have Kim here to play the hung because we know you enjoy the hung. and to serenade you. And while you're being serenaded, if you want, think about all the things that you love about Tadeo and the joy that he's brought into your life.
So, first of all, I would like to invite you all to close your eyes and just go into the most tender space in your heart. I'm going to be playing a lullaby in honor of Father's Day. And Bashar, I would like to invite you, if you feel moved, to sing or vocalize or anything you feel moved to do.
Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Sathani, Sathani Shakanani. You are our ancestors. We are family. We are one. Join us in the exalted light and create heaven on earth as you allow us to reflect our heaven to you. We call you in our language Enani, the ancient ancestors. Nui Anani, our family. Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Sathani, Sathani Shakanani. Nui Enani, Ash'a Shakanani. Shivai, Shivai, Shivai. So be it. to Enani Shivai. How did it go? Hi. Thank you all so very much for being here today and being a part of this. Thank you to everyone who helped put this all together. Have a wonderful day.